I learn how to learn. I am knowledge.
There are three areas critical to the success of the Black community in Africa and the African diaspora. They are culture, economics, and education. In this video series, we continue to examine issues and concepts related to culture, which those who care about the Black community may examine and consider. Again, let's define culture. The term culture comes from the word cultivate, which is related to the domestication and growth of plants. But culture is a way to cultivate and civilize people. This is done by establishing universal laws and standards of behavior based upon the principle, do good, do no harm. With that as its foundation, culture will prepare you for life, foster your growth, and improve you as a person and a community. You can watch our previous videos on culture to understand why we need it and how it helps us to create civilization. Today, we will discuss one of the two critical roles that education plays in developing culture and self-love. The first role of education is in developing culture and self-love through teaching a person where they come from, what they have done, and who they are. This is especially true and critical when it comes to children. You must educate yourself and your children about your shared history. You must learn about ancient Egypt, Kush, Ghana, Songhai, Mali, Zimbabwe, Hausa. You must learn about your ancestors' migrations from Africa to Europe, Asia, North America, South America, Australia, and the Pacific Islands. Most important, you and your children must learn about your ancestors' achievements in mathematics, architecture, building, writing, agriculture, medicine, the sciences, and civilization building. And yes, you must also learn about your ancestors' fall from greatness into slavery and colonization, about the horrors, the dehumanization, the violence, and exploitation. More important, they must learn about their ancestors' relentless struggle to overcome these oppressions. They must learn about their ancestors' great achievements even in those terrible circumstances of slavery and colonization. What they must not be taught is that they are descended only from slaves. If Black history was 1 hour long, slavery would be 1 minute. Right now, our children are being taught that 1 minute is their whole history and who they are. This slave history is reinforced in schools, in movies, books, and all social contexts. Slave history puts you and your children at a psychological disadvantage in relationship to other people and lowers your children's expectations about what they can achieve. Most important, psychologically encourages them to dislike themselves and dislike those who look like them. When a person does not know their history, they are lost and will repeat the worst parts of their history. Right now, there's a great opposition to Black people, especially Black children, learning about their ancient and recent history. There are even people who look like us, who believe learning our history does not matter, or that it will prevent us from working harmoniously with non-Black people. That is wrong. To allow your children to remain in the dark about your history is committing a crime of neglect against your children and against yourself. As adults, it is our responsibility to know our great history and teach it to our children. Knowing your history will give you and your children an accurate understanding of your place in the world. Studying your history will allow you to use the best of it to develop self-love. And with self-love, you and your children will be able to stand shoulder to shoulder with all people and work with them intelligently and productively. Most important, only with self-love will you be able to work with each other intelligently and productively. Learn and teach through books, music, movies, poetry, comic books, video games, and every other medium. Use the teaching of history to create businesses and industries. Most important, by quality, well-researched and documented history by your people. Don't wait for other people to approve of your history, tell you your history, and profit from your history.